Your proxy is running, requests are going out, but your success rate is 40%. Speeds are inconsistent and IPs are getting flagged before your session even warms up. Here are 5 reasons your proxy is underperforming and how to fix them. Number 1. Proxy type not matched to the target. You can be using a perfectly good proxy and still get poor results if it's the wrong type for the target website. And no rotation settings can fix that. So how to make sure you're using the right proxy type for your target website? Check what your target looks at. If it fingerprints IP origin, data center proxies will get flagged because their IPs come from data server infrastructure, and most anti-bot systems know that. In that case, switch to residential proxies. They use IPs from real ISPs and devices, so they blend in and pass detection where data center IPs fail. If you need both trust and speed, use ISP proxies. They give you residential level trust with data center level performance, so they're a better fit when throughput matters. And if you're working with mobile first platforms like social media or ad networks, use mobile proxies. They run on real 4G and 5G networks, which is exactly what those systems are designed to trust. So match the proxy type to the target website. If it fingerprints IP origin and ISP reputation, use residential, ISP or mobile proxies. If it's less strict and you're running high volume, speed-sensitive operations, data center proxies will be faster and more predictable at scale. High security scraping targets, residential proxies. Real ISP assigned IPs, lowers detection rate. High volume, speed critical tasks, data center proxies. Faster throughput, unlimited bandwidth. Long sessions needing stability plus trust, ISP proxies, residential level trust score, data center level speed. Mobile first platforms, mobile proxies, 4G, 5G carrier IPs, passes mobile detection systems. Number 2. Flagged IPs in your pool. If an IP was previously flagged for scraping or blocked by your target, that reputation follows it. It means you're not starting from neutral, you're already behind. So how to check if your proxy IP is flagged? Check its reputation on public block lists such as MX Toolbox, IP Quality Score, and Scamalytics. They will quickly show you if the IP is flagged at the network level. Then read your error codes. 403 means the request reached the server but was blocked. 407 means proxy authentication failed, and timeouts usually mean the IP was dropped before reaching the site. If the diagnosis points to IP reputation, the issue is the proxy pool. So avoid shared or public proxy pools because you don't know how those IPs were used before you got them. Instead, switch to dedicated or ethically sourced residential proxy pools to make sure you're starting with fresh IPs. And once you have them, rotate frequently enough that no single IP builds a behavioral pattern your target can flag. Number 3. Wrong proxy setup that costs you speed. If you're wondering how to fix slow proxy connection, it usually comes down to 3 things: server distance, protocol choice, and concurrency settings. Start with server distance because every extra hop adds latency. If your exit node is far from the website or service you're trying to reach, you're slowing every request before it even starts. So choose an exit location close to your target website, not close to you. Next, check your protocol. SOCKS 5 is faster for raw data transfers and supports UDP, so if you're running HTTP on a performance-sensitive pipeline, you're adding overhead to every request. Then look at concurrency. Too few threads and your throughput drops. Too many and you start throttling or destabilizing performance, so match it to your actual bandwidth limit instead of guessing. But before adjusting anything, make sure you benchmark first. Use tools like IPRoyal's Proxy Checker to measure response speed against your target website. If you don't know your baseline latency and throughput, you're optimizing blind. Number 4. Proxy rotation not working as expected. Don't assume rotation is working just because it's set in your configuration. That gap is one of the most common reasons scraping operations fail, and it usually shows up as a sudden drop in success rate before anything else. So how do you verify proxy rotation? Start by checking how you're rotating. request level or session level. If you're using session-based rotation, the same IP can handle multiple requests before switching. That's fine for stability, but if your target tracks behavior, it's long enough to build a fingerprint. Next, check your sticky sessions. Use them only when you need to maintain state across a workflow, but set a strict limit. If a single IP is handling too many requests, you're giving stricter platforms enough data to flag you. Now verify what's actually happening. Log the resolved IP for every request in testing. Don't trust the configuration. Confirm the rotation is happening in real output. Finally, lock in a baseline setup. For most web scraping operations, use per request rotation, randomized user agents, and varied request intervals together. If you only rotate IPs but keep everything else static, you're still exposing a predictable pattern, and that's enough to get flagged. Number 5. Blocks misread as proxy failures. Not every block is a proxy block. It could be rate limiting, behavioral fingerprinting, a geo-restriction, or mixed IP pool quality. Misreading the signal can lead to unnecessary IP rotation when the real problem is elsewhere. So how do you know what kind of block you're dealing with? Start by identifying what you're seeing. A 403 on the first request usually points to IP reputation or a geo block. In that case, rotate the IP or change your exit location. A 403 after multiple requests is rate limiting or behavioral detection. Try to fix it by slowing your request interval, adding jitter, or rotating faster. A connection timeout means the IP is being dropped at the network level. What you can do here is switch exit nodes or change protocol. Treat captures as a separate signal. If they appear consistently on a previously stable target, it's probably not an IP problem but a behavioral fingerprinting. That means user agent, TLS fingerprinting, and request cadence are being tracked. Rotating IPs alone won't fix it. You need to address user agent rotation and request behavior as a separate layer. And if your success rate is inconsistent instead of consistently low, you're likely dealing with mixed IP pool quality. Some IPs are clean, others are already flagged. The best thing to do here is to switch to a dedicated or verified clean proxy pool to remove that variance. Remember, rotating proxies only solve IP-level blocks. Everything else, like captures and behavioral flags, require a different solution. But the key is diagnosing the signal correctly before you change anything. So, is your proxy not working, getting blocked, or just being too slow? Make sure you match your proxy type to what your target actually checks. Clean your IP pool before sending requests. Adjust server distance, protocol, and concurrency. Verify rotation is working in production, not just in configuration, and identify the block before making changes. Most of the time, that's all it takes to go from inconsistent results to a stable, predictable operation. If you need ethically sourced proxies for any data collection or automation use case, talk to our team at IPRoyal. We'll help you build a setup that's matched to your target, optimized for throughput, and built to scale.